everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. What a game we have for you here. The first meeting of the year between two of the NFL's most hostile divisional rivals. This matchup always among the most anticipated games of the regular season. It's the Ravens going up against the Steelers. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. It's been a great start to the season, back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they come in at an early crossroads here, facing a tough opponent on the road where a loss would make them 0-3.
And when you start that way, doubts really start to creep into a locker room, and guys start to battle each other instead of worrying about winning games.
So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
Check tight end, check tight, check tight.
All right, here we go.
Blanchard. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 30. A big gain there on the first play of the game. 45 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel.
Right.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play.
Alert!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Colby Listenby, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. So look at this. They got the 7-0 lead in the pocket, and they're going to try an onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. So here are the Ravens with great field position to start out. They'll be led out by their veteran QB, the former Delaware Blue Hen, Joe Flacco.
If anything, I think Joe Flacco's underrated. He's a guy who leads his team to a lot of wins during the regular season, elevates his play in the postseason, and has a Super Bowl ring, was a Super Bowl MVP. Yet many times he doesn't get mentioned with the top quarterbacks in the league. That play almost seemed like a baseball play. See ball, hit ball. But in this case, see guy with ball, tackle guy with ball.
On second down, Flacco to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on second down.
The Steelers insert their nickel defense on third down.
Yeah, they add a DB. Here's Flacco. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
So on fourth down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And on 2nd and 10 now.
Watch 18, watch 18. Here we go now.
He'll look to throw. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Tight end right. Tight end right. Here we go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Yes, sir.
Tough to imagine any team wanting to give a player like this up in a trade, but I know they're happy to have him.
It is amazing, isn't it? But we have seen big-time guys change teams. Jimmy Graham, Brandon Marshall, and their new teams are really excited to have them because they provide big-time targets.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down.
3 down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete as well. Charles, that's an important third down stop. You don't want to spot him 2 touchdowns here early.
You're trying to slow momentum down. You've already given up the score. They're coming right back at you. You're exactly right. Being able to hold them there and force a decision on 4th down, that's big for the defense.
I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. They start on the ground here with Blunt. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Set, move, 45.
Play fake to Forsett. Now Flacco. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be taken at the 13. 21 yards. Well done on the return. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals. On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Tight right. Solo out there, check the outs out there.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Their dangerous wide receiver hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, then you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Garrett Hartley for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
That's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
They'll run again with Blunt. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility? Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Blanchard, and they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. Now the Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd down.
Could be a blitzer.
Finds an open man, Mariani. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Mark Mariani, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. This will be caught at the 2. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
Partner, they're up big. They snapped the ball from the 15 for a regular PAT, yet they fake it and get it. Is the kicker's leg tired? What's going on here?
I don't know, but defensively, now with this deficit, now you add 2 more onto that. They faked the PAT. That stings a little.
It definitely stings, and I know the guys that I played for, they wouldn't be as mad at the opposition as they would have been at us for allowing that to happen.
And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed. Well, it wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics would tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won.
He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Hurry up, here we go. 3:19.
Now the second-year man from South Dakota State. It's Zach Zenner. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Let's go.
Zach Zenner, 91 yards. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. So their backs were against the wall, deep back in their own territory, and they run it all the way down into the end zone.
That takes a lot of coordination for an offensive team, doesn't it? Because, let's face it, it's really not a surprise that they're going to run the ball in that situation. Backed up that close to their own end zone, you usually do call running plays, trying to be safe. Instead, it turns into an electrical run, a bolt for your team, and off he goes to the races.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Well, not content with a first-quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent. All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So on 4th down, Flacco off to the sidelines. He gives way to Justin Tucker. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, the offense got the ball in a good spot, but they went nowhere. They settled for 3.
Brandon, I think it's safe to say that was a major disappointment. Had a great opportunity, excellent field position, and did not be able to move the ball at all. Big-time letdown.
Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
Yeah, maybe a little of both. He'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left.
And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Wide open receiver complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on. That's a heck of a start to this one for him here in the first quarter.
2 receiving touchdowns, just getting the game underway, essentially. I mean, there's a long way to go. If I'm on defense, I've got to figure out how to slow this guy down, because when one guy shreds your team, that's demoralizing. Make him spread it around at least. But right now, he's showing no signs of slowing down.
And the route is on here in this first half. Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances.
Under pressure, and Flacco's going to... be dropped. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Blunt, the lone running back. Operating off play action. Flacco. Under pressure, they got him again. Croy Bierman. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
3rd and long for Joe Flacco. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped the yard or two short, and it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's a rare 2-miss ball game for him now. Normally one of the more dependable guys you're going to find around.
Very unlike him. One of the better kickers in the NFL. And I don't think there's anything wrong with him physically or mechanically. He's just having one of those games.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. They'll get 19 yards there. And it's good enough for a Pittsburgh first down. 1 quarter down, and it's the Steelers with the early lead. EA back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. His tight end, Philip Supernall, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd. Back to throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Their dangerous wide receiver on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And this Steelers offense is running away with this one. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. And the route is on here in this first half. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later. Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now. While we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore, I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm. Throw the football.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Colby Listenby with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on. Garrett Hartley for the extra point. And oh, it's blocked. This is going the up, and he's into the clear. And he gets it back near midfield, but the dream ends there. He doesn't take it all the way back for 2, and the extra point attempt snuffed down.
I remember when they changed the rule. And there's a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now, much more of a field goal attempt? And the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more blocks.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
and get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. So a 3rd and 8.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way. Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open, so it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Three down.
Now let's go. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, look at the juke. Down to the 25. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic? Number for a really good game for a receiver. So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Here we go now. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. It's their quarterback with touchdown number 20 on the year. And this Steelers offense is running away with this one.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Garrett Hartley for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either. So much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
They'll come out in the pistol. A break from the ground game here. Flacco. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Shamarko Thomas. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second. It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
But there's no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
Blanchard. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. They give him a gain of 38. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line in.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 47 yards.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. They'll come out in the pistol. Back to throw. And this one's incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They'll run. This is Zanner. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
And they've stopped them on the first 2 downs. Obviously, this is an important play coming up here. I think it's more so for the guys on defense because if they stop them here, I think they set the tone for the entire game, how difficult it's going to be to score on them.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Hartley able to knock it through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So a good kick that time, and he's able to redeem himself from the previous miss.
And fortunately for him, he got the chance to do that not long after missing the first time. Sometimes a whole game goes by, and you don't get that chance at all. So you keep it with you till the next time you take the field.
And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game. Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And he's going to go down. Back across midfield, he's sacked at the 46. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
Set, move, 45.
Mike, check.
Third down, Flacco from the gun. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3 points?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard. Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
He's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on. Garrett Hartley for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more after this.
Single. I got a single in the
We
slot,
remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a feeling those highlights will be pretty...
Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. Joe Schobert in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon. And now they're in the hurry-up. Flacco here on 2nd down. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Receivers work all the time on making sure they catch the ball, haul it into their bodies before they turn and run. A little bit of loss of focus on that play.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Joe Flacco. And this is going to be incomplete. Mike Wallace, the intended receiver, and it's 4th down.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defenders are going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. Oh, he shifts past him. And an alley to run. He's at the 30, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Their dangerous wide receiver with officially a 103-yard return. And this Steelers offense is running away with this one.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Garrett Hartley for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now Flacco. And down he goes. A sack. They sack him back across midfield at about the 48-yard line. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Flacco from midfield. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
It appears that the pressure is affecting him today. Normally, he knows exactly when to get rid of the football, but today, because he's been hit a few times, he's getting rid of it a little bit too quickly.
And now a high kick, but he hit it straight up. And he fields it cleanly. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say
that's caught inside the 20. A big play there just before halftime. 58 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you're probably going to have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job.
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on.
I heard a coach talk about those late in the half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Garrett Hartley for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
Eyes on 10. Eyes on 10.
Ready! 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 Cover.
They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. And he's going to go down. Back across midfield, he's sacked at the 46. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Going underneath to Blunt. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And this one will not get there. It's off. And actually, Larry, hold that thought. We're right back to the action. And this score will stay right where it is. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken about the 12. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Strong left. In your face.
Hey! Move 45! Move 45!
The drive starts with a handoff to Blunt. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
2nd down, Flacco now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Taylor Hart in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Tyler Matakevich in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And there he goes again. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Their dangerous wide receiver. 68 yards. And this Steelers offense is running away with this one.
Brandon, his 2nd punt return for a touchdown in this game. Where's Marvin? That's got to be somewhere near a record, right?
Well, it ties the record, as you know. Been done 14 times coming into 2016. Hasn't been done since 2012 until that moment. Garrett Hartley for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this. 46, boys. 46. 46.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Croy Bierman making the tackle. And the evidence shows last week's game, it's really leaked into a 2nd game now, Charles. What do you think of this?
And it's a surprise, isn't it? Because when we spent time watching them practice, talking with the coaches, they felt like a bounce back was going to happen this week. They were very confident in the game plan, thought the defenses they would see would present great opportunities for big-time runs. We're not getting that so far. I don't know if it's the game plan or if they're just being overwhelmed by the defense they're facing.
So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look. Here's Flacco, and he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now, as he's on to punt for Baltimore.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. Now, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A chance for us to look at this Baltimore defense again. One receiver left, 3 to the right. Blanchard, he's going to launch this thing way downfield. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown. Pittsburgh. A big play there. 73 yards. And this Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on. I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, I've lost track of how many times he's been in the end zone. This is just flat unbelievable.
Doesn't matter whether you have an abacus, a calculator, just old-fashioned pencil and paper trying to total it up. The number is staggering. What a performance. This man knows how to find the end zone and make it count.
And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This will be from 56 yards out. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Oh, ball. That's our ball. That's our ball.
Those really long field goals, when they are made, they are things of beauty, but there is a danger to getting them started, isn't there?
Yeah, with that low drive, you've got to really keep it low to the ground, don't you, to get that distance.
Yeah, hard to just pop it up in the air because otherwise it's not going to get there. So he's got to drive it low in order to have the distance, and that usually puts it in jeopardy, gives him a chance to block it, and everyone knows it on the other side. That's when you get your best jumpers on the other side of the field and try and get up and get it.
Keep the tight end. Four down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. So deja vu all over again. Another good week, and sometimes maybe because the defense doesn't look that bad, maybe this is just good offense beating good defense in his case.
I like that because we always want to point out that there's a breakdown or someone made a mistake or there was an error. Sometimes it's exactly as you described it. Sometimes they just made better plays, and that's what he's been doing for the last 2 weeks. Someone's got to find a way to cover this guy. Otherwise, he may set some records.
They'll set up to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And with this guy, I don't know that you're surprised when he has back-to-back games like this. He just keeps excelling.
What I like about him is that every year he doesn't settle for being one of the best in the game. He tries to make himself better. Almost like those great basketball players. I remember hearing about Kobe Bryant wanting to add something to his game every offseason. Magic Johnson.
And the Steelers are in for the touchdown.
Not today.
Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Hartley now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken about the 12. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Again, here's Blunt. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage depth.
And he's loose again. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Their dangerous wide receiver, 58 yards. And this Steelers offense is running away with this one.
All right, count him along with me. That's his 3rd return for a touchdown in this game. Why is the ball being kicked to him? That would be my question.
I was just going to ask you the same question because we see 2 occasionally. I mean, very rare. 3, unbelievable. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. So he needed it to travel 10. It did not, and it's an automatic penalty. And a great spot to start this drive from here.
Watch right. Get your swerve on. Ready. Check, Mike.
1st and 10 here for Flacco. His throw incomplete. 2nd down now after the incompletion.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. 36.
2nd and 10. Flacco once more. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Partner, I know the ball security's preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done. Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back. Down the numbers. There he goes. 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 85 yards. And this Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes, someone delivering it accurately, offensive line giving him time to throw the ball. A true team record, but he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And they've got it. They recovered it. Wait, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. And that ball did not travel 10 yards. It's a penalty. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
Mike, 46.
On first down, Flacco firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Move 45. 46. Move 45.
On 2nd down, Flacco to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Hey, I'm coming.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4.
46.
3rd down, Flacco from the gun. This is Johnson. He's got it. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. So they're operating in the red zone.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. Flacco here on 2nd down. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
So on 4th down, Flacco off to the sidelines. He gives way to Justin Tucker. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, I guess we're at the stage here where they wouldn't say no to any points, but I don't think field goals are what they're looking for here in the second half.
I don't either, Brandon. When you're down as much as they are, that's the sign of a head coach waving the white flag to me.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And look at this. It's a fake. Wide open receiver complete. Down the numbers. There he goes. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And this Steelers offense is running away with this one. And when they fake it, maybe they're not looking for a touchdown here, probably just a first down. They got a little more than they bargained for.
Exactly right, because that's all you're aiming for. Pick up the first down, get your offense back on the field. Instead, the offense doesn't have to worry about it because they got 6 on that play.
Garrett Hartley for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Hartley now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And not a very good return at all as he won't even get this back to the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll begin here with Blunt. And Blunt loses the football. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On second down, here's Goff. This will be caught just inside the 10. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Philip Supernaw, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing too.
Oh, she's singing. She's at least.
She's on like the 5th tune at this point.
She left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Oh, this is a touch cruel here. They've got the big lead. Now they're going for the jugular with the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. Going underneath to Blunt. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things, because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. To throw on 2nd down is gone. And Matt Spaeth has it. 30. 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Matt Spaeth, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? No. I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's going to get taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
So many times during the course of a game, Brandon, the special teams actually helps out their offense. Not in this case. They did them zero favors with that return.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. So a failure there to get rid of the football. I don't know in the end that it's going to matter much here with this game, but it yields another 2 points.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. It may not matter a ton with the deficit that's already there, but like my old coach used to say, it sure ain't going to help.
It doesn't help indeed. After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Fielded at the 20. Look at the spin.
Balance. Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. On first down, it's gone. And a little floater there is incomplete.
We got double tight. Double tight.
2nd and 10. Goff again. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking for Matt Spaeth, the tight end. And that takes us from second to third down. So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on third down.
I got your
To throw is gone. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense.
And they're going to try this again. It's another fake. Completes it to Watt. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And this Steelers offense is running away with this one.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Blue 45. Mike's 50. Blue 45.
Incomplete on first down. Now Flacco on second. And hauled in by Pitta. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And they're on third and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handed to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a first down. Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Blue 45.
Third down, here's Forsett. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their...
That's caught inside the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Their dangerous wide receiver. He flat out can't be stopped. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Oh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big. Oh, and I think they got it. Yes, the Steelers have it. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and you onside kick it with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Now Goff. He's going to take another shot here. And this is caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Mark Mariani with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And this Steelers offense is running away with this one.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Garrett Hartley for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Oh, this is a touch cruel here. They've got the big lead. Now they're going for the jugular with the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. And the Ravens taking the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way we do.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Joe Schobert in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack.
Move 45. Move 45.
Second down, Flacco now. He's under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on third down. Third and long for Joe Flacco. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up fourth.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Ravens defense as they head out to set up shop. And maybe for them at this stage, it's sort of put up or shut up time. They need to stop trailing here.
Oh, I'm with you totally on that one. They've got to go out there now and put an end to what's been going on in this ball game where they've just given up points, gotten pushed around, so to speak, during this contest. They've got to find a way to end it right here, right now.
Can they end it? Let's find out.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Here we go now.
On 2nd and 10, Goff. He's going to go up top again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play, that's going to hurt.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's on. And look at this, another fake. And he's going to let it go deep. Oh, wide open, complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line.
Always enjoy a good fake, but I really enjoy it when he throws the football from punt formation. Now, you were a kicker and a punter in high school. Did you ever do that?
One time, threw to my man Tim Jones on a botched field goal at Tim. Hit him right in the numbers, and Jones, he just dropped it.
Oh, the poor guy. Well, we had a fake punt here, and this guy...
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And this is obviously quite a performance, and most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Hartley now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dive. 3rd down, Flacco from the gun. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here we go. 4th down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Croy Bierman in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. Now Goff, they take over with great field position. They've got the big lead. Most would say they should kneel it, but the key word there is should. You never know here.
You never know. That's the exact play that should happen. But some people like stats. You know, some people like to put more things up on the board, but kneel down is usually the right play here.
We'll see what they do in this situation.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Hartley now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Setting up to throw, Flacco. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. Ten yards to go on third.
Right.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right.
46.
Third down, Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. Here's Sam Cook now, as he's on to punt for Baltimore. It looked like he might have had a window there, but the rhythm was just a little bit off.
It certainly was, because everything that has to come together to get a pass completed, yeah, you're right. The sync just wasn't there.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Nice stiff arm.
Underused, but still effective.
A big play there on the keeper. 55 yards. So he wanted to pass it, but that thing turned out much better.
And the crowd really responded, didn't they? They always like it better when the quarterback who's scrambling around actually takes off and runs downfield, and that's exactly what he did.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The sack will push him back only a couple yards, but certainly not what they were hoping for on 1st and goal.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Good job, baby. Good job.
One last gasp for Flacco. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Pittsburgh, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Heinz Field.